Hi, in this session we will be discussing about the restrictions of subprograms, that is local subprograms. So when we talk about local program, these are the subprograms which are defined in the declaration section of a PL/SQL block. It could be a procedure, a function, or it could be an anonymous block, a normal PL/SQL block. So the subprogram which is defined in the declaration part is the local subprogram. Normally the local subprograms can be called within the same PL/SQL block only, that is within the begin part or exception part of the same PL/SQL block. It cannot be called outside the PL/SQL block. Means even though normally the local subprogram will have a name, even though the local subprogram has a name, this cannot be called outside the PL/SQL block. This can be called within the block itself. So the scope of the local subprogram is the same PL/SQL block. Outside the PL/SQL block, it is invalid. The local subprogram will be stored as part of the main PL/SQL block only inside the database. But the local subprogram will not be stored in the database separately by its own name. Local subprograms will accept parameters. It will accept all the three modes of parameters. We don't have any restrictions here. These local subprograms can be reused any number of times within the block. The main advantage of local subprogram is the reusability. When we want to repeat the same PL/SQL block multiple times within the PL/SQL block, in that case we go for local subprogram. Now let us see the restrictions of local subprograms. They must be placed at the end of all the declarations within the PL/SQL block. They cannot be placed in middle of the declarations, or no other declaration can be found after local subprograms except pragmas. So only pragmas are allowed that can be defined after local subprograms. Except pragmas, no other declarations can be allowed after the local subprograms. So the main restrictions are: one is local subprograms cannot be called outside the database, outside the PL/SQL block. They cannot be stored in the database with its name or with their own name. They will be stored as part of the main block only. Next, except pragma, no other declarations are allowed after the local subprograms, or local subprograms must be the last within the declaration part. It must be defined at the end, just before the begin part. Now let us move on to practical session on these restrictions of local subprograms. Local subprograms restrictions. So within the subprograms we have procedures and functions. So in local subprograms we will be using procedure and function, both of them, and then we will see the restrictions. Now let us take procedure. So we are using a normal procedure, LP1. Procedure created, we are executing that, we get the message whatever is there. This is a normal procedure. We do not have any subprogram. We do not have any local subprogram inside this procedure. This is just a normal procedure. We get the output as expected. Now we will use the local procedure. It is a procedure LP2. Inside that, within the declaration part, we have a local procedure. We do not have any other declarations here. Now P underscore local is the local procedure. This P underscore local is used 2 times inside the begin part of the same PL SQL block. Once before the DBMS output statement, once after the DBMS output statement. So this is welcome to local procedure, this is welcome to procedure. See, welcome to local procedure is displayed twice when we execute the procedure LP2 with a local procedure by name P underscore local. Now let us try to execute the local procedure P local. It will throw error message. P local must be declared. This is not available in the database as a separate object, so this cannot be called. Now let us get the text from user source where procedure type equal to procedure name equal to LP2. We do have the procedure. It is stored inside the database. This is available. But if you try to get type equal to procedure name equal to P underscore local, no rows selected. That means the local subprogram or local procedure is not stored separately in the database. This is stored as part of the main procedure, not it with its own name. Next, let us see the function, local function. We have a function here. We have other declarations as well, one more variable, but the function is used at the end. The variable is defined before that. This is absolutely valid. F local we are calling, displaying the output by concatenating the value of V, which is retrieved by calling the local function. This will return the value 25. Again we are calling the function, again we are displaying. Two times we are getting this value. This is first time, this is second time. Procedure 1, just to differentiate. So when we have like this, you will have like this. This is first, this is second. The V is 25 because of this. Next, another example, local function. We have a declaration of a variable here. In our previous example, we have used this variable before the function, before the local function. Now we are using the variable after the local function. Local function means we do not use any keyword local here. We just say function name and then return clause. After that, after defining the local function, we have a variable declaration. As per the syntax, this is invalid. No other declarations are allowed after the local subprograms except pragmas. So since it is a variable, this is not allowed. Procedure created with compilation errors. Show error. Encounter the symbol V when expecting one of the following. It is expecting a begin, or we can have another function, or we can have a package, we can have a pragma, or we can have a procedure. So another function, another procedure is valid. Begin is valid, which we have seen. Pragma is allowed, but we have not seen this yet. Package also may be allowed. Next, we see procedure and function. One variable, one function, one procedure. Calling the procedure, welcome to local procedure, displaying the web DBMS output, calling the function, local function, DBMS output. So here you will get welcome to local procedure and then welcome to procedure. This is 25. This is welcome to procedure 25. Now local procedure and pragma. Variable procedure is there, after that pragma is there. This is allowed. Pragmas are allowed. Function and pragma, this is also allowed. There is no restriction. So we can have pragma after local function or local procedure. Next, procedure, function and pragma. Procedure is there, function is there, pragma is there. It is allowed. Procedure created. When you execute, you will get this output. Next, function, procedure, pragma. First function and then procedure and then pragma. This is also allowed. Next, first we use pragma. And then local procedure and function. First pragma is there. About pragmas we discuss later. And then function is there and then procedure is there. Name it as 10. When you execute this 10, you will get the same output. This is valid. Another example. Make it as 11. Use one more pragma at the end. First pragma and then function and then procedure, again pragma, another pragma. Same we are saying pragma autonomous transaction 2 times. Nothing wrong here. When you execute, you will get the output here. There is no restriction. We can successfully execute this. Means pragmas can be visible either before the local subprograms or after the local subprograms. Normally, local subprograms must be at the end of all the declarations, or the pragmas can be present after the local subprograms. Except pragmas, no other declaration is allowed within the declaration part after the local subprograms. So if you have any other declarations like variables, constants, cursor, exception, etc., and even the collections or types, all those must be present before the local subprograms. In this, we have an exception for pragmas. Pragmas can be present either before the local subprograms or after the local subprograms.